Club is the most amazing marketing rebel club out there because have 1 hour with me every month. Amazing price of, are you ready? 390 dirhams a month. Difficulties. Okay, here we go. Oh, we are live. Are we live? Yes, we are. I was having some technical difficulties. Hold on. Just making sure that my audio is on, my camera is on. I was really struggling there for a second. Hey, everybody. We made it. Oh my God. I was running late, so that's why just give me 1 second. I am just going to connect my IG live as well, because that is super helpful to bring more people onto the class. So please introduce yourselves again on the chat, put your links, promote your things. Can you guys hear me well? Yeah, I was having some technical difficulties. So just give me, guys, like 30 seconds. I'm just going to plug my IG live going. because it really does help bring more people into class. So whilst I'm just going to do that, which literally takes me, I was running really late today, but I love today's class is so cool. Um, I've got so much good stuff prepared. You will see how any brand of any type at any level can elevate into luxury status. So, okay, guys, just give me 1 second. Just going to get my Instagram here ready. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Got it. I found my, make sure you type your introductions on the comment sections because you never know who's watching and they might need what you have. Just remember that you never know who's watching. I've got a lot of people that have told me that they've been watching the live classes that I had no idea. Sneaky, sneaky. They didn't say hi, they didn't write their names. All right, I'm almost done. Just plugging in my IG live. Hold on, pinning my comment. And okay, I'm gonna plug this in. Just give me guys a second. And here we are. Okay. Okay, here we go. All right. Okay. Sorry, guys, just bear with me. Today was insane. Yes, can you hear me now? Oh my god, can you hear me? No? Yes? Can you hear me now? Is this a yes? Yes, yes, yes! The universe is really testing me today, but I got this. I got this little motherfucker of a universe. Well, you can always tell how my day is going by my hair. So, this is how today is going. How about you guys? How are you feeling? Who is here? So, I've been finding out that quite a few people are joining these live classes that I had no idea about. Um, some people have messaged me saying I was in your class, and I was like, I didn't know. So if you're one of those, please type your name. Some people have been saying they're struggling to find where to comment. If you're watching on desktop, I think the comments on YouTube are on the right hand side, or mobile, they're just below. So tell me your name. Who is here? My mom is here. Arena is here. Arena, is this Aneta? Who is Arena? Arena Stories. I don't know who you are. Are you new to the Rebel Nation, to the Rebel community? Oh, I've got Mana Hill in the house. Yay! I've got my mom in the house, guys. Wait, let me upload my slides because we've had so many technical difficulties today that the day has definitely been a challenging. I cannot wait for tomorrow's class. You do not want to miss. Tomorrow's class is all about getting our shit together with our finances. And I have also adjusted tomorrow's class a little bit to financially what we should be doing now with the current status of the world. I'm just officially declaring it. We are like in the upside down world of the Stranger Things. I mean, if only it was that. But so tomorrow's class is really crucial for all of us. I'm going to address what do we financially need to be doing right now as businesses, as founders. And I'm bringing my mom into the class tomorrow, which I cannot wait. She is my CFO, my chief finance officer. That's a huge part of what she does for a living. But here is a fun fact. My mom has actually gone through a war. And how she got into financing was very much because of her whole war situation that she went through when she was in a bunker, and how she had to learn how to ration food. And so I think it's going to be really special. I know I'm super biased because she's my mom, but honestly, I think it's going to be great to have someone that has actually gone through a war. My mom is super, super finance driven. That's a huge thing of what she does. She also ships CBD across the world. So that's like a really fun fact about her. So if anybody wants CBD. So tomorrow's class, I'm focusing a lot on financially, what do we need to be doing right now, right? It doesn't matter you're a freelancer or you are a founder like me, you're a business owner, you're a consultant, you're a coach. We all need to be paying attention to our finances right now because the world is so uncertain. So that's tomorrow. I'm bringing my mom in, and it's going to be so much fun. But also, not just in the current climate, we're also going to be talking about how you can get your shit together with your finances. So, how you should be organizing your finances. So, cannot wait for tomorrow. Okay, we've got Danny. Shout out to my designer. She's in South Africa. Liz Gallery is here. Aneta, so that's you. Oh, please write your names because your YouTube channel names are not all your names, so I don't know if it's you. Mana Hill is here. Who else is here? Michael is here. Michael, you're doing something really cool, right? You have a really cool offer going on. Please put anything you are doing right now, please share it on these comments. We never know who might pass by and watch it and see it, right? We got to be marketing at all times. So share. Manahil, I think you're hosting group sessions. Is Fari here? I think I saw Fari here. Fari! I think you're also doing something special. You guys, I know a lot of you are doing really cool stuff. So please don't be shy. Write, put links in. We never know who's going to be watching. Okay. Someone was asking me how to access the previous classes from last week. Your girl has been really busy, but her amazing virtual assistant has been helping her. And by tomorrow, last week's classes are all going to be on the Rebel Academy video version. So you guys can catch up. So that's very exciting. Yay. So what else do I want to tell you? Manahil was asking me how was my day. Well, Hatim is also here, so that's so cool. My day was really hectic. I hope you guys had a good weekend. I think the weekend was a bit hectic. I mean, I was having a great weekend until Saturday. A building got some debris here in Marina, so you know your nervous system just gets heightened up again, and now you just dysregulate it again. So then you got to regulate yourself back again. So I don't know who I am, because on Sunday I made bread. I mean, who is this person? Who am I making bread? So clearly I'm doing all of the self-soothing tricks that I can get. I really hope that what I really want to focus on is this week. I want to focus on this week. And I think we should try to focus on what we can control. And I've stayed off the news the whole day, and I want to avoid the news a lot this week. That's my strategy. I don't know about you guys, but I want to stay off the news. I don't want to be consuming the news like I was last week. I don't think it's contributing in any positive way. I will be honest. I'm pretty done with this whole thing. Like yesterday and today, I'm like, I'm done now. I didn't sign up to be in this docu-series now. I'm feeling like I'm inside a docu-series of like, it's a lot. It's just a lot. So I'm done. So I am determined that this week is business as usual. So my day today was really busy. I think a lot of my clients also have woken up today and they all decided, fuck this shit. Fuck this shit. So my day was insane busy. All my clients are fully awake and ready to go. So my day was very busy. I hope that you guys are keeping busy, are staying busy, try to stay off the news, and just do things that you love and that you can control. And so hopefully we will have an amazing week. That's the forecast. That's what I'm vibing, guys. What are you all doing to stay sane? Can you guys write on the comments, share tips, what you are doing to stay sane? I also shared my facial ice baths. I love doing, I mean, just snatches your skin. It's amazing. Facial ice baths every morning. It's so amazing. I'm loving that. And so, yeah. All right, let's get started, because today's class, guys, let me tell you, today's class, it's so good. I'm going to show you today how any brand can literally start elevating into luxury high-end. So that's what I'm really excited about today's class, is that I'm going to show you how any brand across any category, either you have products or services, there are so many things that you can do that is going to just elevate your brands to that luxury high-end level. Oh, it's just going to be so good. So I cannot wait for today's class. This week we've got tomorrow, which financially get your shit together. I can't wait for that. On Wednesday, the new era of e-commerce. So for all of you that are selling, please don't miss. But what I want to show you is this. Can you guys see there's something new on our agenda? There's something new on the agenda. So on Wednesday, not this Wednesday, next Wednesday, I'm going to be doing a group mentor session closed. So we all can have our video cameras on. I'm not going to be streaming this live, and it's going to be really cozy. So that's going to be on Wednesday 18th. So if you guys are super game for that, put it on your diaries. And tomorrow I'll have the link to share on how the Google Meets link. So I'm really excited for that. Okay. I just want to check something again here on my technical things. Yeah, something is weird though. Hold on. Okay, can you guys hear me? Okay, now this is really working. The universe is testing me. Okay, man, I heal. Yes, not looking at the news, even though I live on social media. Yep, I know. I went to post my carousel, and then I saw news, and of course, not the best of news. Michael is keeping sane by keeping off the news too. Yes, gym is super important and working on my socials. Okay, can we just talk about this for like a split second? I went to the gym today and I died. And last week I went to the gym on Monday, and then I didn't go to the gym for the rest of the week because I mean, the week was just shit and I didn't go. So, oh my God, I died. I died today. It's just insane what happens when you just stop going so regularly. No, I was dying. I was dying today. I died, but it made me feel so good. So I had gym orgasms. Oh my God. Yes, go to the gym, run, skip, lift weights. Strength training is so important for us. So yes. What else? Michael, I died today too. I really died. I'm just like, how did I get so bad in just a few days? Like, it's just so unforgiving. Let me just read some of your comments. Manahil, I'm supporting mental health practitioners this month with free consultations. That's so amazing, guys. Also, what is Fari doing? Fari supports founders and business owners to create impact-driven content. And if you're camera shy, let's talk. Definitely get in touch. Also, huge shout out to my client, Hatim. Hatim, you've been posting amazing mini clips to help people regulate their emotions. Maybe you should put one of the links to some of your videos here because your videos have been doing really, really well. Liz Gallery, what are you up to? So, Arena, is this you, Aneta? I'm still not 100% sure. Okay, should we get started? All right, because we're already starting late, so apologies. All right, so the goal is to end by 10:30. Do you guys have snacks? Do you guys have drinks? Let me grab my cat here. And I think I just have one more cable to plug. It never ends. This techie stuff never ends. Oh, okay. Shit. Here we go. Also reminder to subscribe to my audio channels. The Rebel Academy experience is also on audio, so please subscribe wherever you listen to your audio podcasts, Apple, Spotify, Google. And also these classes will also then be loaded on audio. So that would mean the world to me. And that's a thank you. That's a little gift back to me that you can give me for all of these free classes. That would just mean the world. And don't forget to turn the bell on my other classes. I sound like I'm thanking my sponsors for this live class. No, there are no sponsors of this live class. Well, I guess my clients keep the lights on. And if you want to be one of my clients, do DM me and talk to me separately. All right, let's go. Okay, so Arena is not a Netta. Okay, cool. See? Okay. What is your name? I don't know your name. Tell us your name. Tell us your name, tell us what you do so we can all get to know you. All right, let's go. Danny, shout out to Danny, my designer. Danny, share your details on your portfolio. People are always been needing designers. So let's get started, right? I loved doing this class today because you are going to leave this class and I think you're going to be so inspired. There are so many little things that all of you can do that will just elevate your brand into a more higher end. And even like, I'm House of Social as a brand. I am definitely not a high end brand, right? I don't put myself in that category, but there are things that we can sprinkle our brands with that really makes it feel with little sprinkles of higher end. And so that's what I'm excited about this class is that a lot of you might be like, well, but my brand is never going to be high end. Yes, I know. I get that. But we can have sprinkles of luxury and high end with our brands. And that together with everything that you're doing, it's just going to elevate your brand, which in return, it's going to make you iconic. It's going to make you memorable. It's going to want people to be buying more from you. So, okay. Woohoo! Arena. Nice to meet you. I'm an Emirati American living in Dubai and came across your channel. Don't we just love that? Thank you. Thank you for being here and welcome to the rebellion. So, are you ready? Do you have your snacks? Do you have your drinks? Do you have your notes? Let's go. I want your questions. So, talk to me because when you comment, that just brings me life. Just life. Okay. Okay, cool. All right. So, in true luxury, when we're talking about luxury brand, people are not really buying just the object. In fact, a lot of times people don't even need so many of these objects that they're buying, right? So when we're thinking about high end and luxury, what you are really buying into is owning a piece that it's going to give you this limitless lifetime um value. It's almost like you are buying into heritage, you are buying into mythology, you are buying into craftsmanship, and a lot of times it really is cultural status, right? So when we're thinking about high end and luxury, it's about an experience, it's about an emotion. A lot of times it's how you want to be perceived into the world. So it's a status quo, right? It elevates you and it really makes you, it's all about the feelings and it's all about these emotions that you feel when we're thinking about high end luxury branding and brands. So I wanted to start by going through something really fun, which is the four luxury aesthetic archetypes. Because also in current pop culture and aesthetic and fashion, you have been seeing them, and you do see how some starts trending more and how one of them is trending. Can anyone guess which one has been trending a lot lately? Danny, you're a designer, putting you on the spot. What is the one luxury aesthetic archetype that's been really trending lately? Can anyone guess? Also, at the end of the class, I will be showing you some really awesome tools that you can use. Okay. So I can't wait for that too. So let's get started. That old money, that old money vibes. Ooh, this is just the aesthetic just says, I've always had wealth. I don't need to prove it. Like you were born into money. It's about refined, restraint, and inherited taste. So you're just born into money, baby. Well, I'm not born into money, so I don't know, but I know just by looking at the aesthetics. Mana Hill minimalist. Ooh, could Mana Hill be right? There's 500 points up for grabs. 500 points are up for grabs if you can guess one of the four luxury brand aesthetics. So far, Mana Hill is on the lead to grab 400 points. I would love to host a game show. So, old money. You might be seeing this aesthetic around on Instagram, on Pinterest. Fashionistas are using this one a lot. It's that understated wealth, it's that heritage, almost aristocrat taste. It does give Princess Diana vibes. I should have put one of her pictures here. Okay, can anyone else guess what can be the next aesthetic? 400 points up for grabs. Where are my girlies at? All right, there you go. Mana Hill was actually very spot on, very early. Minimal luxury. Ooh, minimal luxury signals I have exceptional taste and cultural sophistication, and it attracts customers who really value design intelligence over flashiness. a lot of people love this vibe. Clearly, it will never be my vibe. I will never be a minimalist. But, you know, maybe you are. So, minimal luxury. Who here is a minimal luxury rebel? Please tell me. So Mana Hill is leading the Rebel scoreboard with 400 points because she got this right. Every coffee shop in Jumeirah. Yes, you're so right. Very true. So who else is in minimal luxury? Right? Type me in the comments. Guys, you know that when you type in the comments for me, that's like the love language we have here. It's how I know you are there. And the first one, old money. Is anybody old money vibes feeling that right now? So what could be next? Maximal luxury. Oh, that one. This one is very me. I love maximal luxury. And maximal luxury, what does it communicate? That luxury should be seen. Oh, it appeals to customers who really like cinematicness things. They enjoy spectacle. They like glamour. And obviously, this speaks to people that have a theatrical identity. Oh, I don't know. Who could that be? Dolce Gabbana, Gucci, all of these brands. I mean, especially like huge shout out to Dolce Gabbana. They are definitely very maximalist brands. The patterns, the colors, right? The campaigns that they do with the fruit. Give me those hot Italian men and those women with those tight corset dresses. I am clearly deviating. All right, Alex, let's reel Alex back into class. Danny, oh, I love maximal luxury. Oh, okay. So I got more rebels in the house who love maximal luxury. Balenciaga vibes. Yes. Who else is with me on this one? Oh, it's just so. I love this. I absolutely love it. It's just so rich. It's so regal. It's so fucking main character energy. It's like, fuck, I've arrived. Clearly, the class is going to run a little bit over time because I am very inspired. You can always tell what topics are my favorite topics by how much I infatuate my tones during live class. Okay, and look at what we have next. Oh, heritage, luxury. Oh, this brand existed long before you and I even existed, right? So these are the brands that started back in the 1800s, I don't know, 1700s. These are like Louis Vuitton, like the story of Louis Vuitton, how he was carrying bags, and oh my god, that story is just insane. So heritage luxury, it is a little similar to old money, but it's giving a little bit more countryside. It's giving a little bit more castles and greenery. Hermes, Cartier, Rolex, Louis Vuitton. Ooh la la. Okay. This is why I don't drink. All right. So those are the 4 archetypes of luxury branding. And so which one's your favorite? Heritage luxury, maximal luxury, minimal luxury, and all the money. Ooh, which one are you vibing right now? And here's the thing, right? We can vibe. We can have phases. We rebels are multi-dimensional. You could be going through an old money phase, and then in a few months you are into, the minimal luxury. And that's the beauty of being a human. You don't have to be boxed in. You don't have to be one thing. And you know what? You can be 2 things at the same time too. Yeah. You know what? You want to mix minimal luxury with, like, I don't know, maximal luxury? Sure. I don't know how you're going to do that, but do it. So Mana Hill is in her heritage luxury vibe right now? Fari, you're very quiet today. What's happening, Fari? You're very quiet. Hatim, I want to hear from you. Liz Gallery, where are you? Okay, so now let's get started. Now let's move on. So I have, if I'm remembering my slides, I've got 4 themes today that I want to go through with you. And in these 4 themes, you will see not only you're going to learn about how these 4 themes play a huge role into luxury branding, but you can also see and pick and choose how you might want to apply some of these into what you do. So that's really, really, really exciting. Okay. Now, the first one is exclusivity. Exclusivity. Oh, luxury brands, they never aim to please everyone. So, if there is one favorite thing I do love about the positioning of luxury brands, is that they don't give a fuck about appealing to everybody. They really are true rebels in an essence. And you might not associate rebelliousness with luxury and high end, but being of luxury and being in that category does require some rebellion, because you really, as a luxury high-end brand, you're not here to please everybody. No, 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 you're not. So exclusivity plays a huge role in a luxury high-end positioning. And so in service of exclusivity, you need to have a very well defined audience. High end brands, they know so exactly well who they are speaking to. So I want to ask you, do you know who is your absolute ideal dream client? What kind of salary do they have? What kind of hobbies do they do? What kind of interests do they have? Can they afford you? The people that you want? It is so important. And I don't want to hear any of these vague things that I hear sometimes. Oh, my target audience is moms. Okay, but give me more. Give me more details. Where do they shop? Where do they hang out? Do they prefer to go to Spinneys or do they go to Viva? Huh? Huge difference, right? So I want you guys now to start thinking, how well defined do you have your dream ideal client? Okay. Because that's one of the first things of being exclusive, of when we are thinking, and the topic here today is high end positioning, high end luxury positioning. Now, how can you apply this to you? How can we apply this to us common mortals here? Some of the things that you can do, and all of us here can do some of this. This is why this class is so exciting and why this class is so applicable to everybody, right? So I'm very excited that you are here today. You can limit your product collections. I love this. With whatever it is that you might be selling in terms of products, look around, look at Skims, look at Fenty, look at Zara. I mean, no, not Zara. Even Zara has started doing capsule collections, right? We are seeing collection drops, and that creates a sense of urgency. That creates a sense of this is special. There's only going to be a limited edition. And oh, Liz Gallery, you are an artist. So with your art, limited collection art drops, right? So limited edition collections, limited edition drops, capsule collections, right? Think about that. Instead of always having everything available, create a sense of scarcity. Talking about scarcity, hello, I have a class just on scarcity. I actually did this class on my yacht class. Yes. Who here was in one of my yacht classes? I don't know if anyone here went to one of my yacht classes. I've done 2 already. So you can catch up on this class on video or audio. The psychology of scarcity, how to make people want more of what you have. And this definitely falls under the category of exclusivity, right? The less you have of something, guess what? The more people want it. Yes, you're not always available. No, No. Oh my God, no. You don't always have it slots available on your diary. You don't always have availability. Ha, no, 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 no. RSVP only private events. Yeah, your event is to selected people only, to the people that you have invited. If you are in the client servicing like me with my beautiful clients, if you're not my client and you're listening to this class, you should be my client. So, client servicing, for example, you can limit your slots, you can limit your availability, right? The way you are going to give the access to your amazing person, you're a coach, you're a consultant, also make sure that the access that people are having to you matches the package pricing. My premium clients, they are not on any of my Rebel Club tiers. My Rebel Club has 3 tiers: 1 hour a month, 3 hours a month, 6 hours a month. And then there's my premium clients that have a shitload more of Alex. Those clients, they can call me at 3 a.m. and I will pick up the phone. And I prioritize them all above my other clients, right? So pay attention to the accessibility that you're giving yourself to your clients. And this is very good if you are in client servicing. You could be creating secret codes. I love secret codes that you pass on to people that they can put on your website. So then there's like a surprise at the checkout. Secret codes when they go to your shop and they say that secret code and it unlocks something. So do you see how exciting today's class it is? There will be things that you can sprinkle on your brand that will now start elevating you into the high-end luxury stratosphere. Okay, next. All right. The next thing I want to talk to you, rebels, about is brand legacy. And I know what you might already be thinking. Oh, but Alex, we are not no Tiffany's that's been around since 1980. I don't know. Can somebody look up when Tiffany's was founded? I actually don't know. Fari had a phone call and she has come back. Thank you. This is the type of updates I love. Hat team loves minimal luxury. I love that. Okay, so we have someone for minimal luxury. We've got Manahil for heritage luxury. We've got Danny for maximal luxury. Okay, I love your comments because that's what makes me feel closer to you guys. Now, brand legacy. We're moving on to brand legacy. Did someone look up when Tiffany was founded? Because I know you are probably thinking, but Alex, we don't have 100 years. I mean, I'm 40. I don't know if I'm 42 or 43. Am I 43? Mom, if my mom is still around, can you tell me my age? I'm not sure if I'm 43 or 44, but brand legacy is a huge part of luxury high-end branding. Because brand legacy, this is where the story itself is part of the product. People are buying Tiffany's because they know this is going to be a lifetime piece that they are going to have. What's the name? Rolex, right? Oh my God. People buy Rolex because of the longevity. Hard Rock Cafe, shout out to my client, all of them, all over. When you work at Hard Rock Cafe, if I could be wrong, but it either is 20 years or 30 years. So when you do 20 years at Hard Rock Cafe, they give you a Rolex as a token of the longevity and legacy. Oh, I'm 43. Well, thank you, Mom, for telling me my age and reminding me. So I will be 44 in April. Amazing. Okay. Tiffany, 1837. That is amazing, right? That's just so astounding. That's just incredible. And Rolex, fun fact now, I wonder about Rolex. So here is the good news for all of us common morals here. Oh yeah. If a brand doesn't have 150 years of craftsmanship, guess what? We can all still build a brand that feels that has a legacy. So it's okay. Don't leave the class now. Stay put. Because your orange story is really the key. So we got to create a founder's myth, right? Because luxury brands almost always have a central character story. And there's even documentaries being done about them. I'm so bad with names. What's the name of the designer that was shot at the front of their house? Is that Versace? Was that Dolce Gabbana? Was that Gucci? I think it was Dolce Gabbana. Is it Dolce Gabbana? You guys know what I'm talking about, right? Or no, the reference is not hitting. So luxury brands, they always have like Calvin Klein. Oh my God, is anybody watching the John F. Kennedy, the son of the Kennedy president, love story that he had with that I can't Bassett, Carolyn Bassett? Is anybody watching Love Story? Oh my God, I'm such a sucker for vintage shows about real stories. And we see Calvin Klein in this docu series. You know, Calvin Klein always as well very. There's always a story around him. Anyway, so all these luxury brands, they always have a origin story, and usually a lot of times there is always this like founder myth story around them. So how can we do this for us, right? So I want you to anchor your brand around a personal philosophy. And actually, if you pay close attention, I've kind of done that with my whole rebelliousness. For me, the rebelliousness is a religion, is a set of values. It's what makes people gravitate towards it. So I want you to think about how you can anchor your brand around a personal philosophy, right? And actually, this is a really good time for you to guys put on your notes to watch that class that I have, how to build a cult brand, because a lot of this here ties in really nicely into that. So tell the story of why your brand exists and repeat the story everywhere again and again. Some modern examples will be, for example, Gary Vee. If you know Gary Vee, you will know his story. He started in his father's liquor shop in New Jersey. I think I follow Gary now for more than 10 years. And oh my God, I keep hearing this story all the time, told in different ways, shared in different formats. Another person that does this really well is Barbara Corcoran. She's my favorite shark out of Shark Tank. If you don't watch Shark Tank and you want to learn about entrepreneurship, Shark Tank is one of the best schools for you to go to. And my free classes and working with me. So Barbara Corcoran, she always is telling her story on her TikToks and on her Instagram about how her husband cheated on her and how her husband cheated on her with his assistant, and how I think she borrowed like a tiny amount of money from him, and then I think he said she's not going to get anywhere, and now she's like built a huge empire. She's also another great example of someone in the modern times that's also always telling us her story. Does anybody here watch Shark Tank? And if yes, which one is your favorite shark? I'm dying to know. Oh, Versace, thank you. Yes, that was the one that got shot, right? Daryl Hannah. Who's Daryl Hannah? I'm lost now. So I want you to think about your why. Why are you doing what you're doing? I want you to really think about your brand values, okay? And I really want you to think about what impact do you want to have? What is your legacy? I know my legacy. Do you know yours? What is your legacy with what you're doing? And it's okay if you're listening to me now and you still haven't found it. So that just means that you got to keep searching and that you got to keep asking. But most importantly, it means that you got to keep leaning into the things that really bring you joy, that really make you have those orgasms inside of those butterflies, right? Every time you do something that really makes you have glimmers, butterflies, a sense of joy, a sense of excitement, Please pay attention to that and keep leaning more into those things. Those are the things that clearly your body, your insides, our physical body talks to us, you know? So pay attention to how your emotions are, to how even your physicalness is, how your face is when you are doing things that you love. When I'm sitting here with you guys, I feel so incredibly happy and present. And that's why my sessions always never make it to just 1 hour. Because I could do this forever. I love it so much. I love it so much. And I try to do them as much as I can. They just add another layer into my work. So sometimes I can't always do them. So please pay attention to the things that really, give you a sense of fulfillment, a sense of joy, a sense of glimmers. Glimmers is the opposite of triggers, by the way. Some therapy fun facts there. So, legacy begins when the founder's story becomes inseparable from the brand. So, when we think about this brand, we have this really strong association of the story. So, as you can see, we can all build a legacy. Isn't this inspiring? Daryl Hannah was the girlfriend of JFK Jr. No, but that's the one he didn't end up with. He ended up with the Caroline Bassett. Is that her name? That died with him on the plane. Spoiler if you don't know history. But I started watching it last night. Oh, it's guys, watch it. It's called Love Story, and it is the true story of their romance. And so, if you want to be taken back into the 90s, I love the 90s. I'm a 90s girl. So if you want to be taken into the 90s, if you want to be taken into New York in the 90s, I lived in New York. Fun fact. So New York really is like home to me. So if you want to be taken into the 90s aesthetic, into New York, also, if you want to see a beautiful love story, I mean, their story is just beautiful to watch. They were so different. And the actor, he's so handsome. I'm just like, oh, anyway, I digress because I love digressing. So, on brand legacy, attach the brand to culture. That's also another way for us to create brand legacy. Yes. Legacy brands become part of moments people remember. For example, Oreo was the first brand to tap into real-time marketing when the lights went out in that basketball match. And they were the first brand really to put out a tweet that was related to something that had just happened. And the tweet was dunk in the dark. You can still dunk in the dark, right? Do we all know this? Some of you might know. So Oreo has become so famous, and it's become such a benchmark for marketeers like me that talk about these things. And here I am talking about it, right? So you can, a younger brand, like all of us are younger brands, right? You can think about, for example, sponsoring cultural moments, be part of a cultural moment, sponsor events that are happening right now that make sense. You could be collaborating with influential creators and influencers. You could be showing up in meaningful environments that make sense, right? So how can you put, what's that saying? Stake in the ground, fork in the ground? On some very pivotal cultural moments that then people really do associate you with that. And I guess in a weird, strange way, we are seeing that now with all these influencers that really want to be like seen now with this whole, Dubai media. What do we even call this influencers that we're seeing? I think we're seeing a lot of them just coming out and wanting to have their moment of spotlight. Um, I guess this is a very current, perhaps, example that we can have here. So, legacy happens when people associate the brand with a feeling or an era. Look at that. Legacy can happen when people think of your brand and they immediately feel something. Don't you want people to feel something when they think about your brand? I mean, we are living in the world of emotions. We all want to feel because feeling is the strongest sense of knowing that I am alive. Okay. So Kevin O'Leary, oh, he's so funny. He's so funny. I hate his clothes. I don't know what's wrong with him and his fashion sense, but I really also love Kevin. He's got some badass financial advice. He's a brand. He's a brand. He's a brand. I love him too. All right, let's move on to the next one. Aesthetic. How a brand creates a recognizable visual universe. Ooh, this is I purposely chose to put Coco Chanel image here. That was deliberate because if there is one person that really created an iconic new aesthetic was Coco Chanel. And it's very rare these days now that we have that. And she really did that. Nobody else, really did what she did at the time. She was the first fashion designer to really put women wearing pants in a very fashionable way, and the iconic pearls and the black and white and the suits and the skirts. Jesus, she really was so ahead of her time. So true luxury aesthetic is so strong that you can really recognize the brand instantly without seeing the logo. And that should be the benchmark. The benchmark is that I'm going to see something, right? I'm going to see something. There's something in the aesthetic, in something that I see, and instantly I think about that brand. Now that's power, and that's the benchmark. And if there's one brand that has done that really well, is Tiffany. And here is a fun fact. Did you guys know that Tiffany is one of the few brands that actually have trademarked a color? Isn't that so crazy? That's definitely my goal. I mean, I've already had to trademark House of Social, Rebel Academy, which by the way is a fucking pain in the ass. But if you want to learn about marking, my podcast episode on Diary of a Rebel is all about trademarking. Me. I'll never do a class on trademarking because it is a pain in the ass. But that's definitely on my goals. I definitely want to trademark my color. So if there is one brand that has done this, there's only very a few. For example, Tiffany is an amazing example of a brand that have owned a color so successfully, right? You see that teal turquoise, well, they call it Tiffany blue. So that's how they've trademarked it, Tiffany blue. And that's such a fun fact that they've trademarked it. Michael, Coco, my favorite fashion icon. Oh, she is. Isn't she so amazing? Okay. So visual identity, guys, this is so important for all of you. How are you with your visual identity? Because when it comes to luxury brands, they often use very limited palettes, so they don't have this huge array of colors. So that's very important. One of the main character things in luxury visual identity is logos. Logos play a huge role if you do want your brand to have a really high-end vibe. So you will spend a lot of time designing your logo, because all of this, I thought I had a slide. Did I not have a slide with all of the I guess I had it and now I don't anymore. But I had a slide that had a lot of the logos of the higher end brands. And so you might want to hire an amazing designer. Danny is here. You can talk to Danny. Logos play a huge role. Typography, the types of fonts, and definitely stay till the end of the class. I'm going to try and make it so that we don't run over that much on time. What time did I say? 10:30? I think it's possible, guys. It's possible. It's possible. It's possible. So at the end, I'm just going to give you some tools, tips on how you can, typography, how to find typography, aesthetics. I'm going to show you some tools on how you can do that. So your graphic language, your color palette, keep it minimal if you're really wanting to go into this high-end luxury aesthetic, right? And that's very important. Now, photography style, and we have a photographer here, so shout out to Michael, right? So, luxury brands are extremely, extremely consistent with their photography aesthetic. If you are a Pinterester, I don't know if this word exists, but I just made it up, and you are on Pinterest, you can see images and photography, and you can already tell what brand that is, because on Pinterest a lot of times they'll just have the photo shoot without like the big logos and stuff. So you will know a Chanel, you will know a Gucci, you will be able to just know, because they are always so consistent with how they use their lighting, with how they use their mood. Even though we are obviously in an era now where brands need to keep refreshing their campaigns, the campaigns need to be fresh. And we have also seen how brands like Tiffany's has been for the past couple of years introducing campaigns that are totally into the Gen Z vibes. But even when I'm seeing their Gen Z campaigns, I still can tell it's Tiffany from a mile away, right? So, and even Chanel has done more modern, photo shoots and campaigns, but there are elements. They've got their brand people and their brand teams know there are key elements that will always stay consistent. So your lighting, your mood, your composition, your color grading, that is just so important. Okay. Now, one thing that's very important when it comes to the aesthetic is that repetition is really what's going to create this identity for you. You really need to keep consistent at it. So when we're thinking about how to create like cinematic vibes, because that's what creates the emotional mood. Like, don't you want everything to be cinematic? When you are cinematic, you have a mood. You are enticing. You have magnetism. Don't you want that? So the strongest brands will always be repeating colors, textures, moods, and the type of visual language. So I want you to look at your assets. I want you now moving forward after this class. How consistent are you being across some of these elements? Or are you just throwing anything and anything just because you liked it when you were doing that graphic? No, no. For example, my fonts are usually either very kind of vintagey or then they're kind of bold. But that's it. You are hardly going to see like this font that you see here, which is like, I would never use this font. I'm using it for the sake of today's class. So I'm adapting the aesthetic of today's class by bringing in this font here, the font that says aesthetic, right? So, and by the way, if you are tuning into this class on audio, which a lot of you might be tuning in on audio, you can also access my slides, by the way. So if you do subscribe to my audio podcast, fun fact, yeah, I have gone through the trouble of actually putting my class slides on my audio episodes. Isn't that like fucking badass? So, so I want you moving forward now to pay very attention what type of fonts you are using, what type of colors you are using, what type of textures you are using. And you want to create this overall consistency. So don't get scattered just because you're vibing something. Really always bring yourself back to the brand. Hold on, but is this on brand? And your brand, like my brand, is bold, and it's sprinkled sometimes with a lot of vintagey vibes, because that's also a big part of who I am. But I'm also about boldness and forward motion and high energy, and those two actually can be very different, vintage and forward boldness, right? So there's ways on how you can do it. You just have to stay very consistent. Yeah. Are you guys excited so far? Are you liking this? Are you now thinking, ooh, I've not been, what is one thing you're now thinking that you've not been consistent with and you need to be better at? And look, this is across the subtitles on your videos. This is across the type of, packaging you are going to have. There's so many details here. Okay, now we are moving on to one of my favorite segments of today's class, and that is high value at every touch point. Oh, this is one of my most favorite things in marketing, is when we, as founders, marketeers, brand strategists, we really need to sit down and write down what is every touch point that a possible customer can have with me. Is it when they WhatsApp me? Is it when they are on the website? Is it when they find me in the street? What is every touch point possible in your brand ecosystem? So when it comes to high value at every touch point, it's about designing an experience ecosystem. And I am very obsessed about that. If you've come to my Rebel soirees, which I really urge you to join whenever we do the next one, make sure that you are maybe on my WhatsApp group or my mailing list. I don't do big advertising for those. They're a little bit down under. Down under, that's what I'm going to say. They're sometimes I can't speak. They're like, how do you say? They're like hush hush. They're kind of like in the secret. You got to know, you know. So if you've come to one of my Rebel soirees, you will see how I try my best so that when you are here in my home, every little touch point has something, that you can interact with or have an experience with or something to look at. So, all right, high value at every touch point means that every moment a customer interacts with your brand, it needs to feel elevated. It needs to feel intentional and personal. So now I want to ask you, does it? Do you have one of those very annoying automated messages on your WhatsApp? Careful with those. They're so impersonal. Oh, there goes the automated WhatsApp message. Do you really need it? Do you really need it? It's fine. It's fine. I'll wait. A lot of people, especially if you're, oops, my phone just totally fell. Hold on a second. Hold on. I think I have a ghost with me here today. Okay, we are back. We are back in business. All good, all good, all good. A lot of small businesses, a lot of times people will rather wait a couple of minutes or half an hour to then receive a more personal message than maybe those automated messages. Or if you've not watched my how to turn your WhatsApp into a marketing machine class, definitely watch that, because I've also taught you how you can save pre-written messages. Oh my God, I think there is the ghost in the kitchen today. My phone just fell again completely by itself. 1 second. Oh my God. Okay. All right. Also, I've opened the window. So can somebody tell me if it's very noisy? I'm just like getting really hot here. So, I don't know. Let me know if it gets like noisy. Hold on. 1 second. Back. So I was saying, pre-written messages on your WhatsApp is an amazing way for you guys to very quickly reply with I will be with you shortly. And so every moment a customer interacts with you, you want to think about how you're going to make that intentional, how you can make it personable. But obviously there's a lot of things we have to automate, but be very careful. And here is the good news. It doesn't require a lot of budget. What it does require is intentional design on how you are going to do your customer journey. Michael is saying he's loving this, giving you lots of ideas. Really? You're loving it? Yay, I feel so happy. I hope you guys are enjoying class so far because it's really, really cool. It's packed with so many good things, this class. So, for example, are you guys ready? I have a ton of ideas for this, okay? So, this is to help you at different types of touch points that people might be having with you and how you can elevate them, okay? So, appointment only experience. For example, Net-a-Porter, they have personal shoppers, and a lot of other brands now started to have personal shoppers. For example, Rolls-Royce, they have these bespoke teams that actually come and help you customize your car. You know, this is so relatable to us, for all of us that have Rolls Royce, but you never know. Someone might be watching or listening and they do have a Rolls Royce. So how can we adapt this for us? Think about, for example, private styling sessions via a booking link. You can do limited consultation slot each week. You can do members only bookings, right? Windows. You can do VIP previews. I love that. You know, give people early access to something, you know? So appointment only types of experience, exclusive spots, exclusive availabilities. You know, how can you give people you know, a more of an exclusivity experience? I hope this is giving you a lot of ideas. You know, you can do exclusive circles, right, with only a few people. Next, concierge service, concierge level customer service. So, for example, can you give WhatsApp access so people can have that WhatsApp direct access to you? Like my clients, they all have WhatsApp access to me. That's something that's personal, and I'm there for them. Maybe you can do like ask the founder type consultations. You can give advice through the DMs. You can do voice notes types of replies. So, how much more of that kind of concierge? You are right there. You, if you're a personal brand, service driven, or if you're a product, right? Next, this is one of my favorites: personalization and customization. I love this one. Like Louis Vuitton, they let you customize the logo. Nike, you can go to their Nike website and you can customize your Nikes. People love customization. I have a lot of classes that I talk about the power of personalization. So, what kind of personalized customized things you can do? Engraving names, custom color types, choices, made to order products, personalized packaging. I was really running late to class, but I wanted to find you guys an example. I bought something from, what's it called? Onassis. Oh, guys, girls, help me out. Onassis. I'm so bad with names. um so that's the local partner that you can buy Skims from here online. So I bought a top from Skims, and when I opened the packaging, it had a really nice letter. They did it so well. It said "Dear Alexandra," and then it had like a note, and it had my name, "Dear Alexandra," and the font they chose was handwritten, so it really looked like a handwritten letter, and it had my name. Those types of things go such a long way inside your packaging. And maybe you are signing them all, so the signature and the XOXO, or you're writing something is you, but you have it pre-written. So really think about how you can customize and personalize things across your consumer journey, right? Is it when they finish buying? What kind of message pops up? Right, all these, what do you have written on the button? All these little details matter so much. Now, that is a great segue into personalization in communication. So, how is your comms, your messaging, and your brand? Do you want to do handwritten letters? Do you want to have personalized invitations? Do you want to have exclusive event access? Do you want to write little handwritten thank you notes? Right? Do you want to reference some clients on some of your emails? So, think about what, in terms of your communication, how that can be further personalized. Now, luxury brands, one thing they really obsess about is micro moments. So that's what you really want to think about. Micro moments and every little touch point, every little detail from maybe your slides. Like for example, for me, this video that we have right now of my live class, every little detail here for me matters. I painted my microphone teal. I'm wearing teal. My glasses are my colors. My kettle is teal. My kitchen is teal. My twinkly lights. You guys know I love disco. My disco ball doesn't really live there, but I put it there for the class. I've got my teal bottle. Shout out to a client who gave me that on one of the soirees. I got my disco-fied coffee machine. I've got all of those little details there that those details actually do live there, right? So you want to think about every little thing you might be doing with your brand. Either it's a video, either it's, how you are writing to your clients on WhatsApp. Are you always having the same emoji, right? Think about every little detail. These are the micro moments that when you add them all up together, it's how your brand will feel more intentional, personal, and elevated. So the question here for you guys as homework is, how can your brand feel more intentional, more personal, more elevated? Every week, I check in with my clients personally. We have a group, my Rebel Club. There's a group where my clients are, but it's kind of a quiet group because I really talk to them individually. So that group is really them for them to network, to give them a sense of exclusivity. Sometimes if I want to talk to them and it's different type of content that I put on my rebellion group, right? So that's something that I love to do. Today, I spent my morning voice noting every single one of my clients, and every single voice note is different because they are all different. So I really want you to think about what can you do. I want you to think about your website experience, your customer service tone, right? Your packaging, your delivery, follow-up communication. All of this is so important. Because remember that luxury isn't just the product, it's how the brand makes you feel at every step of the relationship. Oh, don't you love this class? Think this class is turning out to be one of my most recent favorite ones. Are you guys still with me? You still with me? What ideas are you having? What is tickling you? What is tickling you? Tell me. Because we're moving on to the end. We're reaching the end now, guys. All right. Well, I left the most tricky one to the end. Dun dun dun. So, okay, wait. I think I have some sound. I think I have some sound effects. Let me see if I can play some dramatic sound effects. Okay, ready? I'm gonna try. Wait, let me put the sounds. Okay, I don't want to scare anybody. So, but let me try if I can like do some like play a sound. Do you hear any sounds? I don't hear any sounds. I have all these sounds like applause. Okay, so play the applause sound. No? Okay, I don't know. Clearly, I need to learn how to do this. I don't hear any applause. Do you hear anything? No. All right. Okay, Alex tried. I tried. Wait, you said yes? You heard sounds? Did you guys hear sounds? Oh, maybe you guys hear it and I don't hear it. All right, well, let's talk about pricing because it's all about that money. Okay, well, pricing. I think we all know that when it comes to pricing, you know, when it comes to luxury brands, they really are very known for their high end pricing. But, um, it really is a sign of prestige pricing for luxury high end. So luxury brands, they really intentionally price high to really communicate status and that desire, because we can't afford it right away. So we will spend some people will spend years desiring that Chanel bag or that Bentley car or the Gucci shoes. I don't know. I'm not really into high end brands, so I don't relate much with that. But that's what they do. They give you a sense. Their higher pricing really is made so that you put it on your goal. I really need to have this, right? So for you, what you want to think about is avoid underpricing. Luxury customers often associate higher prices with higher quality and status. So I really would advise you that if you want to have more of that higher end status, you really want to be underpricing. And you also want to be with having price consistency. So, luxury brands, the ones that are really in luxury, they don't do offers, they don't do discounts. And then you've got other brands that sit just a little bit below the luxury high end brands. And then they sometimes, do something that I call pricing ladder. So, pricing ladder, you'll see a lot of these higher end brands doing is that they will often present a extremely expensive product first, and then what it does is that they then have other items that are at slower, lower price, and then it makes you feel that that brand becomes more attainable for you because there's other products that the brand has that's not so expensive. So it goes into like these ultra exclusive items, and then high end core items, and then entry luxury items. So you will see a lot of luxury brands doing that. So you can look at your brand and think a little bit similar like this, where you can have products or services that are definitely on the more very higher end scale, and then you can have other products and services that are more attainable. When you work with me, you have 1 hour a month, which is 400 dirhams. And when it started, it wasn't 400. So when it started, it was like 350, right? But it's still super budget friendly. So I do have a budget friendly rate in my Rebel Club for you to work with me 101. But then you've got, and that's the Rise tier. And then you have the Fierce, which is 3 hours. And then you have Savage, which is 6 hours. And then you have Premium. So you could, if you are in the service industry like me, you can really think about having different types of tiers, different types of packages, right? If that's something that you think suits your brand. You don't have to. I'm not saying you have to. You don't have to. You could really just have high end, high pricing offers, if options, if that's what you want. So when it comes to pricing, um let's just go through a couple of things, right? So price for positioning, not just cost. So your pricing can help you position yourself. Luxury prices do signal identity and status. So if you are really aiming for that, your price is going to be right up there. Do avoid discounting and flash offers and those things, if you are really aiming to be very high end. If you want to have price tiers like the ones I've just shared as an example, definitely use them strategically so that people can understand. You can have aspirational items that really elevate the brand. This is so fun. So, a few years ago, for example, I had clothing. I did leggings. I had like tops, gym tops, but the leggings were really the ones that a lot of people purchased, and they still have them till today, actually. So you could think about what could be some aspirational items, and this is what I would call merch. What merch would you want to have that people can hold on to? Um, we've talked about scarcity versus exclusivity. So, scarcity marketing, less is more, have less availability, have less products, have less items. So people have that sense of like, oh, I got my hands on that opportunity, on that product, or on that package, right? Limited availability does justify higher pricing. So you can think about how you can use this for your marketing. And you're going to reinforce value through storytelling, right? So this is something that I have been talking about for 10 years. What value are you creating? Because we have to go back to our rules of rebel marketing, something I've been teaching you guys and talking to you, and I do that. It's about giving, 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 and then asking, asking, give and ask, right? You can't just be asking, what are you giving? What are you doing? What value is your brand presenting? And there's a lot of classes you can take that I have where I talk about that. So the narrative around the product helps justify the price. So the narrative, the storytelling, the content you're doing, what are you giving? Do people really give a shit about you, essentially? Because what are you doing for people? What is your brand? What experiences is your brand doing? And again, I will really urge you to watch some of my classes or listen to some of my classes on the Rebel Academy that I go very deep on this. So there you have it. I think this is my last slide. Yes, I really, really, really actually love today's class. And because as you can see in today's class, I showed you how you can. Also, you guys heard the sounds. So I don't hear the sounds. Only you guys hear the sound. Okay, so when I play the sounds, you guys hearing? What about this one? Did you guys hear that? Fari loved the gong. Was it very dramatic, like dong? So I really hope that you got very inspired from today's class. And as you can see, we can all sprinkle a little bit. So I want to just quickly show you here an amazing resource. Amazing. Okay, cool, you guys. Okay, how do I do this now? Okay, so I'm going to just share. I want to share an amazing place where you guys have really cool resources. Okay, so let me just share my screen. Oh, here we go. So I want to share with you Creative Market. Can you guys see it? Is it on your screen? No. Add to stage. Hold on, it's coming up. I really do think that StreamYard today is a bit funny because it's okay. Here we go. So I want to introduce you guys to Creative Market. Do you guys know Creative Market? If you follow me for a long time and consume my content, you should. I'm going to put the link here. So Creative Market is amazing. Creative Market has so many aesthetic assets, from fonts to templates to themes to graphics. And now they actually have this really cool way where you can shop and explore by aesthetic. So aesthetic essentials, botanicals, antique, hand-drawn, revival, glass core. There's chic and lacy, Rococo romance, which actually it's trending a lot because of Bridgerton as well, but also the latest fashion shows. There's a lot of this. What's the name of that movie that has just come out? Wuthering Heights? Is that the name of the movie? I'm so bad with names. With the same actor who did Frankenstein. Guys, help me. Is it Wuthering Heights? This drama from this books from. So this whole aesthetic of this Rococo romance is very in. So Creative Market is so cool because you can actually explore a lot of aesthetics that you want. And like when it comes to fonts, and you know how important fonts is, especially if you are looking. Look at this. This is so freaking cool. I have bought so many things over the years from Creative Market. So you can find really cool fonts, really cool backdrops, really cool templates. I mean, it's just so cool. I love Creative Market. So explore, look, fonts, so many cool fonts. Look at all of this, font styles, aesthetic fonts, fonts by purpose. Like they make it so easy, like wedding, signature, watercolor, graffiti, illustrations. I mean, I love it. Another tool that I love is Pinterest. So if you need inspiration, Pinterest should be one of your favorite friends. It's so difficult to screen share here. I'm still, I'm still getting removed. How do I share my other? Sometimes I feel like I just block. There's so many things in front of me in this. I don't know how to change this anymore. I also realized I didn't eat the whole day today. So add to stage, but I don't want to add this screen. I want to add my other screen. Oh, okay. Hold on, guys. I just wanted to share my Pinterest, but I think we are all familiar with Pinterest. But what I wanted to share is, wait, okay, I got it. I'm a stubborn little goat. Here. Okay. Pinterest is great because if you need inspiration, right? You go to your home on your Pinterest and you can, if you write, for example, high-end luxury, right? High-end luxury packaging, for example, right? Like you can get so much inspiration. So really, really, really make Pinterest like your best friend because it can really help you with figuring out aesthetic, especially if you are working with people like me or designers. We all need references. Like I'm always helping my clients find references of what they like. Either I'm finding them for them or I'm telling them, hey, go spend some time on Pinterest. So if you're not really a lot into Pinterest, I really urge you to really make it your best friend because you can type anything on that search bar and then it's going to give you so many, beautiful. And then once you are in one image, all of the other images around are very related to that. So you can really go on a down spiral to finding the things you love. I'm a Pinterest girl. So there you have it. How we can all elevate our brands just a little bit more so that we do have a little bit of that luxury, a little bit of that high end. And I think what's exciting about this class is that you can see how there's so many things here that you can apply. But if you do have a luxury high-end brand, if you're about to launch one and you are in today's class listening or watching later on replay, now you really know the 5 key assets that you need to really, really, nail to have that. So there you have it. Did you love it? I loved today. I think this is going to be one of my most favorites. So tomorrow, I am so excited. Did I not say I was going to finish at 10:30? I'm only 7 minutes over. So that's really cool. Tomorrow is going to be fun. I'm bringing my mom. Tomorrow, bring your questions. Don't be shy. If you've got questions that you really want to ask, let me know. I would love to send you a link and you can actually join me here. So you can join via video. And that's really fun because then you can really ask your questions to my mom, Fernanda. And that's just like better for you. So if you want to get on video here with us tomorrow, let us know. Let me know. I'll send you a link or you can just type your questions on the chat. So I'm really excited. Okay, guys, it's only Monday. We've got a whole week ahead of us. Let's make the most of this week. Thank you again for joining me tonight. I am thinking, depending on how this whole situationship that we are in goes, I might extend more my live classes. We have them next week as well. But what I was thinking is, let me just ask you. I know there's only a few of you here now, but still, I want to ask you. I could bring back some of the classes that I have done in the past. So, that could be something that I could do. So I've got let me see if I can quickly share my screen here. Where is it? I wanted to ask you, for example, these are can you guys see? These are a lot of my past classes that I have done. So wait, I'm not sharing. Can you guys see now? So these are a lot of the past classes I have done. So if you see one that you would love for me to bring back, I could maybe do 1 or 2 more weeks of live classes, because I'm doing classes that I have done before, and that's easier for me because it's not fresh new content. So do you guys see any here that you think you would love for me to redo them? Let me know, because then I could look at doing a couple more of weeks of live classes. But I guess we can all see as well how this whole situationship is going. But when I scheduled these live classes, it was before all of this. So I just love hanging out with you guys. So let me know if you spot any that you want, and I shall bring them back. Okay. You can also see all of this on the Rebel Academy, but I'll keep asking you guys for the next days, and you guys can see there's so much. Okay, well, I love you guys. Just seeing here the comments. Okay, I love you guys so much. Thank you for sticking around tonight and spending this time with me. I love hanging out with you. Hopefully I see you tomorrow with no technical issues. And I hope you have a beautiful evening. I am gonna go and make dinner because I haven't eaten and I'm so hungry now. But this was definitely the highlight of my day today. So thank you again. Stay safe, look after yourselves, and when you wake up tomorrow, just really look forward to your day. It's gonna be amazing. I'm really manifesting. So I love you so much. I see you guys tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Lee. Thank you, Fari, Manahil, Hatim, my mom, Danny. Who else? Arena. I love you guys. I see you tomorrow. Ciao.